All right, the recording has started. Did it prompt on the screen?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, guys, my name is ShaunaMclean. I am student number 4529419925. This recording will be used for the purpose of my education and training and will be used, viewed, and stored per TAFE Queensland's privacy policy, which is available on the TQ website and only accessed by TAFE Queensland staff. Linda, do you provide your consent to be recorded in this activity and TAFE Queensland to use this recording for education and training purposes?
Yes, I do.
And Laurie, do you consent?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Thank you both. Okay, so welcome all and thank you for joining me today for the project initiation meeting to discuss the proposed renovation of the staff room at the West End location. I am ShaunaMclean and I am the authorised project manager that will be running this project and chairing today's meeting. I will be presenting to you the scope of this project. I am using Zoom Translate to record the minutes today and it's currently 9 a.m. and I expect us to be finished on time at 9:11. If I do stop you during the meeting, this is just to keep the meeting on time. Before we get started, I just want to thank you both for joining me today. And can I please just have you both introduce yourself and your titles, starting with Jenny?
Hi, I'm Jenny and I'm the HR manager.
Thank you very much. And Jay?
Hi, I'm Jay Pearce, Head Accountant.
Great, thank you both. Now over to you, Jay, to go over the acknowledgement of country before we begin.
Thank you. So we acknowledge the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and pay respects to the continuing connection to land, waters, cultures and family that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples uphold. We pay respect to elders past, present and future. We recognise that teaching and learning has taken place on country for over 60,000 years and two-way learning is an important part of our reconciliation journey.
Great, thank you for that. All right, so we'll just recap over the agenda that was sent out prior to the meeting. So today we'll be going through the project overview, including an outline of the project scope and what is not in scope. We'll discuss and negotiate the project boundaries. We're going to discuss the measurable benefits, outcomes and outputs of the project, and then we'll have time to collaborate and collect feedback to develop a scope management plan. And then if all goes well, I'm hoping that, I'll obtain the approval today that we need to proceed. All right, so about the project. So the West End store needs a minor staff room renovation. This has been raised by Drew Mullen, who is the cafe manager. He's been getting complaints from the staff about various things. So we're hoping that this renovation will enhance the staff room's aesthetics, functionality, safety, and provide a positive and enjoyable place for the staff to rest with replacement of the current flooring and aged appliances. So at this stage, we are hoping that the project will be completed between the 1st of July and 30th of September with an allocated budget of $50,000. The success of this project will be measured by staff satisfaction increasing, which will help ensure the goals outlined in the strategic plan, which note to ensure human, technological and organisational resources are current, effective and enhance productivity. The information in the Righteous Being Strategic Plan 2021 to 2026 is considered reliable as it was provided by the stakeholder who is Mark, who is not present today. It will be key that throughout this process we get feedback from the staff members in the business and that other key stakeholders to ensure that we meet the business's goals and that the project is therefore successful. Okay, so what is included in the scope? So we're looking to replace the kitchen facilities, including the appliances such as the cooktop, oven, microwave, sink, bench tops, and just to make it a more enjoyable and inviting place to rest. Also the replacement of the flooring in the staff room. So as I mentioned, the current flooring is damaged and it needs to be replaced. It's only 4 years old, but it is a hazard. So, this is really critical that we replace this with something that's more durable. As I've mentioned, a total budget of $50,000 is allocated. This will require diligent financial management throughout the project duration. A total time from start to completion is 3 months. What is not in scope? So management have decided to keep the existing cupboards, so they'll be outside of the scope at the moment, disrupting the cafe's operations, so completely off the cards there. Replacement of any existing plumbing or electrics. Replacement of any fixtures and fittings not clearly outlined in the scope, and any other works to be carried out outside of the staff room, major structural changes, and anything else that it makes the project exceed 50,000. Jenny, I'll just pass over to you now just to cover off on the project boundaries.
Yeah, thanks, Shauna. So some of the operational boundaries, we want to make sure the staff have access to the room during their breaks, and that's really essential. We need to keep noise to a minimum during operation hours. Obviously, we've got a cafe operating, so we need to make sure that it's not disrupting anything out there. That we keep in line strictly with our health and safety guidelines, and they're set out by the local authority and meet Righteous Bean's internal OH&S policy. Also, in relation to the quality and compliance, we want to be using durable and easy to clean materials that are safe and obviously meet our workplace safety standards, like access to the fire exits, the ventilation, etc., and ensure that all contractors have had a strict due diligence and background check before being selected to work to meet the guidelines set out in the company's code of conduct. So I've just got one other question, Shauna. What do the essentials look like for the staff?
Yeah, thanks, Jenny. That's a great question. So, we want to make sure that the staff throughout the project still have access to water, a microwave, the toaster, grill and jug, and a seating area will be set up under a gazebo at the back of the cafe, out of the sun and the elements, and out of customer view and in a safe place, of course. So this will only be an issue if the weather is very, very bad. Now, given the time of the year it is, it's the dry season and it is the cooler months. So at this stage, this is not expected to cause delays, but this will be outlined in the scope management plan along with a backup plan should this occur.
Great.
Okay, now the outputs of the project. So we have discussed some of this already, but in further detail, we'll be needing to remove the existing flooring and replace it with new flooring. It is 6 by 6 meters, the area, and we are looking to replace it with ceramic durable tiles. They have a long lifespan and they're easy to clean. We are looking to install the new appliances. So there'll be the cooktop, oven, microwave, and sink. And then we are also looking to remove and replace the bench top. So the bench top was advised that it was a product that did not contain silica. So if for some reason that is present, this could cause issues and, would incur a further expense likely with the disposal of that product. Okay, so the desired project outcomes and benefits. So, as we mentioned, safety is critical in this business. So we're looking to replace that flooring as mentioned and, apply more modern appliances in the staff room. So we're hoping that, these changes will result in a higher usage of the staff room, and the key metric is 40% that we're aiming towards. We're looking to also make sure that the appliances are cost effective over the long term, and that the flooring will have a longer lifespan. So the key metric here is that we're hoping that, this will reduce the power cost by up to 30%. As we previously mentioned, increased staff satisfaction and morale is also a key measure. So we'll be doing pre and post renovation surveys. We're hoping for a 20% uplift in staff satisfaction. And then, of course, supporting the local community by sourcing materials locally where possible to align with Righteous Bean's values outlined in their values. All right, so we have 2 minutes left to go over some feedback for the scope management plan. So from here, as I mentioned earlier on, I'll be looking to develop a scope management plan based on what we've discussed today in line with the strategic plan. Within that, it will contain and ensure there are contingency plans for backup trades should we need to call upon them, as I know that will be, something critical that we make sure we manage. and it will also, account for any potential issues along the way that we may need to manage. Now, I believe, Jay, you had read through this earlier and you did have a question for me.
Yes, just a quick one. Obviously, the cafe operates daily, 7 days a week. How are we minimising disruptions during the renovation period, making sure there's no financial loss to the business?
Yeah, I know that's a critical concern for all stakeholders involved. So all materials and staff required to carry out the works in the staff room will access it by doing so through the back access door, which is not used or seen by customers. So again, just note if there is very bad weather, this may cause delays, but we are not expecting that based on the time of the year.
Excellent, thank you.
Great. So if we are all agreeable on the next steps from here, I'll be proceeding forward to commence the scope management plan. Now, today that brings the meeting to a close. So by now you should be familiar with the project scope. All participants, present should be pretty familiar with it by now. And this will be further outlined in the scope management plan. The action items from here. So as mentioned earlier, I am recording the minutes. So I will collate those as the chair of the meeting today, review them and send them to yourselves for approval. And that brings our meeting to a close today. So thank you both for joining me so much. Is there any final questions or comments?
All good, thank you.
Great, thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Oh.